Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 251, last week we were talking about this story. This is the conclusion of it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَهَزَمُوهُمْ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, that by Allah's will, by Allah's permission, they defeated them. وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ وَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَعَلَّمَهُ مِمَّا يَشَاءُ. And it says that Prophet David, he killed Goliath, Jalut, and Allah gave him a kingdom, and He gave him wisdom, and He taught him from whatever He willed. So this story of David and Goliath and how a smaller, person was able to defeat a larger king of the army was something that's mentioned. It's mentioned in the Bible. It's mentioned in the Quran. It's mentioned in the Torah. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about this story and then mentions a general principle. And it's a very important general principle He mentions next. It says, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَفَسَدَتِ الْأَرْضِ. That if it was not for one group of people stopping another group of people and putting them in their place, the entire world would have gone to ruin. Now this is really important because what happens is that when we read the story of Prophet Nuh, the people were doing bad. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do about it? Destroyed the people of Nuh. The people of Hud, the Ad, they were behaving badly. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do about it? He destroyed them. People of Thamud, Allah destroyed them. The people of Prophet Lut, Allah destroyed them. But after that, He mentions a series of prophets where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intervened and handled the entire situation for them. From the time of Prophet Musa and afterwards, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped doing that. And now He put the burden on the community and the ummah of that prophet that they're responsible now to stand up for the evil people and not just hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to handle things. And that's why this is from the lineage of Prophet Musa. Dawood, Sulaiman, they're all from this lineage. And Allah is saying that if the good people don't stop the bad people, the world will be in chaos. And that's a very important lesson for us, because we can sometimes feel like just going into our own little caves. Say, I'm just going to do ibadah, I'm just going to pray to Allah, I don't want to deal with anything, all the bad stuff that's happening out there. And I hope Allah is going to handle everything. And Allah is saying that's not the way things work. That Allah gets the righteous people to stop the evil people. And if they didn't do their job and that didn't happen, said لَفَسَدَتِ الْأَرْضِ, that the world would be in ruins. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ ذُو فَضْلٍ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. But Allah is full of graciousness and mercy to all the worlds. Meaning that He is going to let groups of people who are good, He's going to help them and aid them to put an end to people who are evil. And if you think about it, all the bad people out there, they all have limited times. Their reign doesn't continue. Eventually it ends. Sometimes it lasts a little while. Sometimes it lasts a few years. Sometimes it lasts a little bit longer. But their time ends. And when you look at the reasons and the causes, sometimes you can even see the cause. Like Ibn Khaldun. Ibn Khaldun, one of the greatest Muslim scholars that lived. He wrote a book called Al-Muqaddimah, the prologue and an introduction to world history. He talks about the rise and fall of civilizations and how it happens and how there are cycles and why civilizations become corrupt and all of that. And of course, this is all by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we should never think that all evil people are somehow going to remain in their positions of authority. They're not. They will be removed. But the primary way in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes them is not just automatically. It's when the good people rise up and do something about it to remove those evil people. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us on the side and on the team of the good people. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to overcome the evil people in the world. Ameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum. Also, Quran study class will start at 7:30 inshallah.